Before we start, I'd like to recommend you to check out my website where you'll find news, reviews and guides for different kind of games. My website supports 3 languages, so if you want to read something in your language, just click on this menu. If you'd like to suggest me any topic for discussion or give recommendations, feel free to fill a contact form there. Hello, Firzj here with the new Diablo video. In this video I will share with you my personal list of the best classes to start the next season. This guide is only for beginning your seasonal adventure and is not intended to explain endgame progression like maximum greater rifts, meta play or specific builds. So I must say that in this season you are free to start any class you like the most, because if you have plans to find all 21 ethereal weapons, the class mostly doesn't matter as you will have to play all of them anyway. In some rare cases you might find ethereals for other classes which will help you get on your feet earlier and as a result to farm less. There are plenty of other YouTubers who have discussed different methods of obtaining ethereals as fast as possible. My guide is not about that. Anyway, I will now describe each class starter sets and compose top 3 classes based on the patch notes and Haedrig's gift rewards to begin the next season 24, Ethereal Memory. Sadly in this season, Haedrig's gift doesn't provide many decent sets for the fresh characters. All the sets that are listed in the gift pool have not received any updates. In any case, let's start with the least preferable class to start the season, and this class is Crusader with Seeker of the Light set. Unfortunately, this class has stayed at the same spot for many seasons in matter of speed farming and playing speed greater rifts, and there is not much to be done here because most of the sets are designed only for blasting high solo or meta greater rifts. I honestly hate how Blizzard treats this class. This Hammerdin is absolutely fun and strong in greater rifts, but it shatters completely in bounty runs and Nephilim rifts, while his spin hammers deal significant damage that synergize with Faithful Memory and Hammer Jammers. He is not super mobile and lacks movement speed. As for the ethereals, Crusaders have some decent weapons, for example the Redeemer, which is a must for Bombardment Thorn's top tier build. An Astrian Iron War that is used in all other builds to boost Crusader skills up to 100% and increase base crit chance and damage stats. Despite the fact that Crusader is strong in meta group and solo, he is not super fast at the beginning of season and this Seeker of the Light set is not helping much. So overall 7th place. After the Crusader in the 6th place, I put the Witch Doctor with Arrowcare set as a reward from Haedrig's gift. There is not much to say about Witch Doctors. They are better in my opinion than Crusaders, since Witch Doctors have more mobility skills like Spirit Walk, Hex Combo, Windmana Jumus Way and passive skill Fierce Loyalty, but this class lacks the abilities that deal instant damage and the range of these instant skills is limited. Spirit of Arrowcare, which is rewarded after you finish all 4 chapters of Seasonal Journey, will not ultimately be useful for Griefs, Bounties or Keys. This set is tied to periodic damage dealer spells like Locust Swarm or Haunt, which are essential to use the Ring of Emptiness and Firebats as a main damage dealer ability. And because of these skills, Witch Doctors have to debuff all the enemies around first and only then attack with Firebats, which requires you to stand still. As a result, he's vulnerable while casting, and getting close to an enemy could be a problem, as he lacks toughness if you don't simultaneously maintain Hex and Soul Harvest skills. I would say this class is for you, just like the Crusader, if your main goal is soul pushing and nothing else. As for the class ethereals, they are all good, as Blizzard slightly buffed them. I'm pretty sure Witch Doctors can combine many sets with these ethereals and finish 150 greater rifts so at some point. So to sum up, 6th place because Witch Doctor skills require you time to deal damage, you lose precious time and speed because of it, low toughness in close combat, and Arrowcare starter set isn't perfect to start your fresh journey. Place number 5 in my list is Necromancer. Necromancers, once they finish chapter 4, are rewarded with Straggle set. This set I believe is strong against all targets like bosses and elites, but he really lacks some toughness in close combat, and his abilities require health sacrifice to maximize damage. There are many useful skills to be used with this set: Blood Nova, Skeletal Mages, Bone Spear or Corpse Lance. Anything can be used with this set, depends what you find first in place in cube. And Necromancer has really good mobility skills. Blood Rush if combined with Steward Boots and different passives that utilize corpses. That's all I can say about the Traggle set. The mid and late season journey for Necromancer stays pretty much the same, finding other sets, collecting ancients for low dread speeds, fast rift farming, maybe some solo. If you are interested, you can check out my build guide for mid-season Necromancer where I use Blood Nova. As for Ethereals, basically all of them are viable from Necromancer builds, but if you want to squeeze more damage out of your Necro, look for Black Box, Sharp or Soul Harvest. To sum up, place number 5 because Traggle set isn't really a popular choice to begin your season, many abilities require health sacrifice, and in total this set has poor toughness. Compared to other Necromancer sets, Traggle is much weaker and less efficient. Moving next, place number 4, we have Barbarian and Immortal King set as a reward from Haedrig's gift. This set doesn't require much knowledge to play well. Pretty much at least 3 out of all 6 skills will be active at all times. These include Call of the Ancients, Berserker and War Cries. What is more important is that this set includes 7 pieces instead of 6. You will be rewarded with a two-handed mighty weapon, possibly even ancient straight from the gift with rare luck to begin your journey. Of course this weapon isn't good for Hammer of the Ancients build, but at least this weapon is good for a start and to search for other sets, especially for Rend Whirlwind. As for the set itself, it has enough toughness for a start. Just look for the Band of Might ring, preferably while leveling, and asking for it from Kadala. It also gives you some room for experiment since you deal 4k% more damage to any skills you use. It can be Whirlwind, it can be Hammer of the Ancients, or even Furious Charge. There are some reasons why this set is placed in number 4. Immortal King uses close range abilities to reach his enemies. This set also gets weaker per each difficulty, and you might face toughness issues later, unless you switch to other sets before you hit Torment 16. And while Furious Charge is great for moving fast, it depends on large amount of enemies to move freely. As for the rest, Barbarian is a great choice if you are a meta player for Z-Barb role, and Barbarians can easily do greater rifts up to 150 at ease, and thanks to Ethereals it is now more possible than ever. Next top 3 class in my list is Wizard with Vir Amazing Arcana set. This set performs slightly faster than Barbarian. His only huge drawback is Archon ability, which takes some time to refresh, so Viz can be vulnerable while he's out of Archon. And you might face some difficulties in finding Swami plus Fazua and Chantoda set, which are perfect for this starter set. Vir performs quite well in Rifts and Greater Rifts. It is actually up to you what to do. This Vir set is fine with multitasking, and once you hit your limit or get tired of it, I recommend you to switch to Firebird for top tier Greater Rifts or Taurasha for farming bounties or rifts. One huge reason why Vir is at disadvantage to other set is that it requires you to use Chantodo. As a result, you're not able to equip any ethereal weapon. So I would say that Vir is a good choice to start fresh character, finish some Greater Rifts, unlock primals, get more paragons and switch to another set. The second top 2 place is Monk. Oh boy, monks have drastically moved upwards after the recent tweaks thanks to Blizzard. They are pretty much now decent competitors to other classes, yet they have some minor drawbacks. So in this season 24, monks will receive Uliana's Stratagem set as a reward after completing 4 chapters. As you might know, Uliana hasn't received any updates, however thanks to the Ethereals it can be now repositioned to higher leaderboards. But I'm not talking about 150 Greater Rifts. I don't honestly recommend you to stay in this set for long. Uliana is fun and deadly set against huge crowd of mobs, and it is also quite mobile with Dashing Strike and Ingeom. This Uliana set is highly highly dependent on two important items, Flow of Eternity and Exploding Palm Fist. This may take much time to find a mode to play higher difficulties. I personally recommend you to switch to Inner set as soon as possible, because with the recent changes this Mystic Ally build is able to annihilate top tier Grifts and Nephilim Rifts at full speed. While bounty farming is questionable with Uliana and Inna, they are extremely powerful and fast in all other modes. If you have any doubts left, then check out my final class from the list. So this was really hard for me to choose the best class to pick for the next season 24, but I finally present to you my top number 1 class from my list, Demon Hunter, Natalia's Vengeance. Demon Hunters have many chances to skyrocket in the leaderboards, key farming and bounties. While Natalia's set isn't perfect and not an ultimate set for all your needs, it is still a good set to begin your journey for several reasons. First, Haedrig's gift will grant you one-handed crossbow as a 7th piece. Second, Natalia's Rain of Vengeance skill is quite useful against crowd mobs, and you're free to use the ethereal called Doomslinger in the 2nd weapon slot. And last reason is that Natalia's set allows you to experiment with different kind of legendary bonuses, as this set grants you 14% increased plane damage to any skills for 10 seconds. It can be cluster arrows, it can be multi-shot or even fan of knives, it's your choice. Once you find God or at least unhollowed essence pieces, you will have more room to test new ethereals like Wind Force or Buriza. And I probably shouldn't remind you that these two sets, especially God, are perfect for speed farming rifts and bounties, which is what we need at the beginning of season. And before we unlock this possibility, Natalia's set will just be our tool to reach the goal. Even if you stay with this set for longer, I believe Natalia can handle T16 rifts and unlock primals with no problems. Well, that's all for now. As always, thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions. I'm open to your feedback. Also leave a like and subscribe to support my content. And don't forget to check out my website for guides. I'll see you in the next videos. Have a nice day and stay safe.